Good morning, students. Welcome to our English lecture. In our previous lecture, we have started with lesson number 2.5, Let's March, which is an inspirational speech given by 2014 Nobel Peace Prize winner Kailash Satyarthi. This lesson is a speech which is divided into three parts. We have completed our part 1 in our previous lecture. Today we'll start with part 2. Let's see. We can do it. You may ask that, what can one person do? I would recall a story of my childhood. A heavy fire had broken out in the forest. All the animals were running away, including Lion, the king of the forest. Suddenly, then he saw a tiny bird rushing towards the fire. He asked the bird, "What are you doing?" To the lion's surprise, the bird replied, "I am going to extinguish the fire." The lion laughed and said, "How can you do it keeping just one drop of water in your beak?" The bird was adamant, and she said, "I am doing my bit." Kailash Satyarthi continues his speech. He said that we can do it. Now all person must be thinking that what can one person do? To explain this, that what can one person do, Kailash Satyarthi recalls a story of his childhood. The story is, once a heavy fire had broken out in the forest. All the animals were running away, including Lion, the king of the forest. Suddenly, then he saw a tiny bird rushing towards the fire. All animals were running away from the fire, but this little bird is rushing towards the fire. She should also run away from there, but she didn't. The lion asked that bird, "What are you doing? Why you are not running away from the fire?" The bird's reply surprised the lion. The bird replied that she is going to extinguish the fire. The lion laughed at that bird and said that how can a small bird can do it, keeping just one drop of water in her beak? The bird was adamant, and she said that she is going to do her bit. She is doing her bit. The message the little bird story of the forest fire conveys to us is that we must try to do whatever we can to improve matters. We must not think that our efforts are small or unimportant to be worth consideration. We must not think what can one person do. Every little drops count. If each of us makes a little bit of effort, the sum total will be substantial. It will be big. 18 years ago, millions of individuals marched across the globe and demanded a new international law for the abolition of worst form of child labor. And it has happened. We did it. Millions of individuals did it. 18 years ago, there was the Global March Against Child Labor. It was the movement that motivated many individuals and organizations to come together and fight against child labor. The main goals of this movement was to protect and promote the rights of all children to be free from economic exploitation. The march was very successful and it achieved its purpose by allowing changes to occur with the policies of child labor with the International Labour Organization. Friends, we live in an age of rapid globalization. We are connected through high speed internet. We exchange our goods and services in one single global market. Thousands of flights every day connect us from one corner to another corner of the globe. But there is one serious disconnect, and there is a lack of compassion. Let us inculcate and transform this individual's compassion into a global compassion. Let us globalize compassion. Mahatma Gandhi said If we are to teach real peace in this world, we shall have to begin with the children. I humbly add, let us unite the world through the compassion for our children. Kailash Satyarthi says that we live in an age of rapid globalization. Globalization is the process of going to a more interconnected world. Kailash Satyarthi says that how the world is interconnected through the high speed internet. The world is interconnected through the exchange of goods and services in one single global market. The world is interconnected through the thousands of flights from one corner to another corner of the globe. Though we live in the age of rapid globalization, where the world is interconnected, but still there is one serious disconnection, and there is a lack of compassion. Compassion means pity and concern for the sufferings of others. We should inculcate means we should develop and transform this individual's compassion into a global compassion. The feelings of one should be the feelings of all. Let us globalize compassion. Let us all develop the feelings and concern for all. Mahatma Gandhi said that if we are to teach real peace in this world, then we shall have to begin with the children. Kailash Satyarthi added here and says that we should unite the world through the compassion of our children. I ask, whose children are they who teach footballs yet never played with the one? Whose children are they who harvest cocoa yet have never tasted chocolate? Whose children are they who are dying of Ebola? Whose children are they who are kidnapped and held hostage? They are all our children. Kailash Satyarthi asks in his speech about those children who teach footballs, who works in the company which makes footballs, but these are the children who never played with it. Kailash Satyarthi asks about those children who works in harvesting cocoa which is used to make chocolates, but the same children yet have never tasted chocolate. Kailash Satyarthi questions about those children who are dying of Ebola. Ebola is the disease which kills 90% of infants and about 80% of children under the age of 4 who get infected. Ebola is the worst for children. Kailash Satyarthi questions about the children who are kidnapped and held hostage, means children who are held as a security for the fulfillment of a condition. Kailash Satyarthi added, these all children are our children. I remember an 8-year-old girl we rescued from intergenerational forced labor from stone quarries. When she was sitting in my car right after her rescue, she asked me, why did you not come earlier? Her angry question still shakes me and has the power to shake the whole world. Her question is for all of us. What are we doing? What are we waiting for? How many girls will we allow to go without rescue? Children are questioning our inaction and watching our actions. We need collective actions with a sense of urgency. Kailash Satyarthi recalls an incident about an 8-year-old girl whom he rescued from intergenerational forced labor. Intergenerational means where the several generations are involved. Satyarthi rescued a girl from a stone quarries. Stone quarries means a place, typically a large deep pit from which stone or other materials are extracted. When this girl was sitting in his car right after her rescue, she asked Satyarthi that why didn't he come earlier? Why he come so late to rescue her? Where was he till now? The 8 years old girl's question shakes Mr. Satyarthi because he realizes that we are doing too little, too late for the exploited children of this world. Our collective inaction is robbing them of their childhood and allowing them to be exploited. Every single minute matters. Every single child matters. Every single childhood matters. Therefore, I challenge the passivity and pessimism surrounding our children. I challenge this culture of silence and this culture of passivity, this culture of neutrality. What matters according to Satyarthi? Every single minute matters. Every single child matters. Every single childhood matters. Therefore, Satyarthi challenges the passivity and pessimism surrounding our children. Passivity applies to someone who accepts the actions or opinions of others without speaking up. And pessimism means negativity. Satyarthi challenges the culture of silence regarding the well being of our children. He challenges the culture of neutrality regarding our children. Neutrality means the state of not supporting or helping either side in a conflict, disagreement, etc. The children of the world are its future citizen. If a child is brought up on hate, he will grow to hate the world. If a child is brought up on love and peace, he will learn to spread peace and love in the world. Hence, it is important not only to educate a child but to educate him in the correct manner. With this, we complete our second part of this lesson, second part of the speech. We'll see our third and the last part of this speech, of this lesson, in our next lecture. Thank you.